Welcome, dear friends, to another journey into the heart of vintage beauty. Today, we step quietly into a world where time slows, where floral wallpaper whispers stories of the past, and where every corner feels like a loving memory. This is the gentle charm of Grandmacore, a timeless style rooted in comfort, femininity, and the warmth of tradition. In this video, we'll explore 12 enchanting Grandmacore bedroom scenes, each lovingly detailed with antique touches, cozy textures, and floral dreams. From rustic cottage corners to Victorian elegance, each space reflects a return to the slower, sweeter rhythms of life. Whether you're here for inspiration, a quiet moment of calm, or simply the joy of nostalgic design, you are most welcome. So, pour yourself a cup of tea, settle in, and let's take a gentle walk through these beautiful, memory-filled rooms. Step into a delicate embrace of time where romance and nostalgia bloom. This vintage French Grandmacore-inspired bedroom is a charming blend of past elegance and timeless serenity. The walls, adorned with soft floral wallpaper, set a gentle backdrop of nature's beauty, reminiscent of 19th century Parisian charm. An antique metal bed frame anchors the room, its curving lines and timeworn patina telling stories of restful nights from a bygone era. Framed vintage pictures hang on the walls like whispers of family heritage and artistic grace, adding a personal and heartfelt touch. Soft pastel hues sweep across the room, blush pinks, gentle blues, and creamy whites, creating a calming, dreamlike atmosphere. A plush rug rests gracefully at the foot of the bed, offering warmth underfoot and further inviting you to linger. Perfect for lovers of vintage photography, this scene captures the tender, layered charm of a bedroom that feels not just lived in, but loved. Its beauty and comfort, pure and nostalgic. This Grandmacore bedroom exudes the sweet comfort of a cherished grandmother's embrace. With pink floral print bedding neatly tucked onto a vintage bed, the room feels like a gentle poem written in fabric and light. The walls, painted a soft pink, glow in the presence of both natural light streaming through the right side window and the warm amber hue of a nearby lamp. A vintage nightstand, well-loved and gracefully aged, rests quietly by the bed, its drawers holding decades of quiet treasures and forgotten letters. Wall art in the style of a French country cottage brings pastoral beauty into the space, delicate illustrations of flowers, landscapes, and old-fashioned life. The combination of soft textiles and worn wooden furniture makes the room feel deeply familiar, as though it has existed outside of time. It's a perfect portrait of comfort and femininity, where every detail, every rose, every brush of sunlight, tells a story of gentle, enduring charm. In this charming Grandmacore bedroom, nostalgia blossoms with every carefully chosen detail. The floral wallpaper dances across the walls in delicate pastel shades, wrapping the room in a sense of quiet joy. The white bed, simple yet elegant, invites you to rest beneath the soft glow of a chandelier that hangs overhead like a crystal bouquet. At the foot of the bed sits a small wooden bench, well-worn and perfectly placed, reminiscent of generations past who paused there to lace up shoes or fold linens. The carpet underfoot is plush and inviting, softening each step like a meadow beneath bare feet. Fresh flowers in porcelain vases offer life and fragrance, making the space feel ever in bloom. A classic desk, nestled beside the bed, hints at handwritten letters and thoughtful journaling, a nod to simpler times. It is a room where the soul feels safe, where time slows down, and where beauty is woven through every detail. A beautiful balance of rustic charm and floral elegance, this Grandmacore bedroom is a tribute to the romance of country living. Pink and white bedding adorned with graceful floral patterns sets a soft and inviting tone. The vintage brass bed frame adds a note of timeless dignity, its frame warm with the glow of years gone by. Wooden wall paneling, aged to perfection, grounds the space in rustic tradition, bringing the comfort of a well-lived farmhouse to life. A single window lets in gentle daylight, casting golden rays across the pink flower bouquet resting in a vase on the nightstand. The floral wallpaper completes the look, sweet yet sophisticated, dainty yet enduring. This space is more than a bedroom, it's a warm corner of the world where memories are made and hearts are restored. It's a dreamscape of soft textures, quiet luxury, and vintage charm that wraps around you like a hand-stitched quilt. Step into a world of soft lace, pastel dreams, and timeless romance. This Grandmacore bedroom is a delicate composition of rose and blush tones, creating a feminine sanctuary that feels lifted from an heirloom storybook. A vintage bed, complete with lace ruffles and ornate headboard details, rests beneath walls adorned with garlands of silk roses and gentle floral motifs. Every piece whispers the elegance of the past, lovingly preserved. An antique clock stands proudly in the corner, ticking slowly as though savoring each quiet second. Whimsical roses are scattered around the room, on the dresser, the floor, and along the curtain rods, bringing a soft touch of garden beauty inside. A vintage rug graces the wooden floor, adding another layer of texture and warmth. The window lets in diffused sunlight, making the room glow with a peaceful, timeless charm. This is a space where nostalgia reigns and where beauty lives in every tender detail. There is something profoundly grounding about this rustic Grandmacore bedroom, something that speaks to the soul. The room is layered in earth-toned harmony, featuring aged wooden furniture that carries the marks of decades of care. Each piece tells its own quiet story, from the knotted grains in the dresser to the time-softened edges of the bed frame. The floral bedding adds just the right touch of softness, a reminder of the natural beauty that flourishes both indoors and out. Vintage decor graces the room with quiet dignity, a porcelain lamp, a lace-trimmed pillow, a crocheted doily set lovingly atop a nightstand. The space embraces you with its simple elegance, reminding us that beauty doesn't demand perfection, it thrives in the time-worn and the well-loved. This is cottagecore in its truest, most humble form, honest, cozy, and irresistibly nostalgic. It's the sort of bedroom where one could listen to the rain fall and feel at peace with the world. Stepping into this Victorian-inspired Grandmacore bedroom feels like entering the private sanctuary of a bygone lady. The pink and white floral wallpaper sets a romantic tone, soft yet richly detailed, giving the room an air of elegance and refinement. The bed, a grand wooden piece with an ornate carved headboard, is draped in lace and topped with a pink shabby chic blanket, an homage to feminine grace and timeless comfort. Lace curtains flutter slightly at the old-fashioned windows, letting in the soft light that glimmers across a carpeted floor. A vintage portrait hangs just above the bed, watching over the space with quiet dignity, while a pink vase of roses adds fragrance and color to the room's delicate palette. One charming detail, a hanging picture frame on the ceiling, offers a delightful surprise, the kind of whimsical touch often found in storied homes. This is a room that celebrates memory, softness, and enduring beauty. This Grandmacore bedroom is filled with sunlight and softness, creating a dreamy haven of femininity and artistic detail. The vintage floral bedding is tucked neatly onto a bed with a curved metal headboard, a touch of rustic grace against the more delicate surroundings. Whimsical garlands trail along the soft curtains, and the sunlight streams gently through sheer drapes, creating patterns of light and shadow that dance across the floor. A small wooden table holds vintage books on fashion design, perhaps once read by a seamstress or dreamer. Nearby, an elegant pair of ballet slippers rests by the bed, hinting at graceful stories of movement and poise. The rug underfoot is intricate and traditional, anchoring the room in history and style. This space is a harmony of light, softness, and imagination, a quiet chamber of charm where every object has a voice and every shadow tells a story. we find serenity wrapped in pastel green and soft pink, a cottage-style Grandmacore bedroom that evokes the gentle rhythm of country life. The distressed wood furniture carries a humble elegance, its worn edges and muted finish blending seamlessly with the floral bedding and vintage details. A wall-hanging cabinet, adorned with delicate china and framed photos, adds a personal, heirloom quality to the space. Soft lighting from the window creates a warm wash across the wooden flooring, bringing out its natural texture. Potted plants sit in corners and on windowsills, breathing quiet life into the room. This is a space that celebrates slowness, warmth, and the richness of everyday beauty. It's the kind of bedroom where sunlight lingers, tea is sipped in silence, and memories are gently gathered in the folds of linen and lace. This Grandmacore bedroom blends rustic boho charm with traditional cottagecore soul, creating a mood that is both grounded and ethereal. Muted colors and earthy tones flow across the space, while vintage wooden furniture stands proudly among lush greenery and scattered vases. Framed botanical prints line the walls, each one a silent hymn to nature's artistry. The bed, plush and draped in an ornate lace blanket, anchors the room in warmth and softness. Around it, floral patterns mingle with vines and potted plants, weaving an immersive scene of life and stillness. The soft lighting gently caresses every surface, deepening the colors and wrapping the room in an inviting, dreamy ambience. It is a perfect blend of romanticism and earthiness, a sanctuary that honors nature, tradition, and the beauty of thoughtful design. This Grandmacore bedroom is the embodiment of cozy reflection and quiet vintage grace. The walls are dressed in floral wallpaper, each petal seemingly hand-painted in timeless fashion. A collection of vintage mirrors reflects the soft, golden light throughout the space, adding layers of depth and a gentle shimmer that invites contemplation. Wooden furniture grounds the room with its simple structure and well-worn warmth. Above the bed, floral arrangements are carefully placed on shelves, perhaps a tribute to the changing seasons or tokens from the garden just beyond the window. The lighting is tender, casting no harsh shadows, only a glow that speaks of calm evenings and gentle mornings. Here, beauty is not bold but tender and lived in. It is a space to retreat, to dream, and to remember. Our final Grandmacore bedroom invites you to curl up in its enveloping warmth. At the center is a large wooden bed, stately and welcoming, topped with a colorful quilt in hues of red, white, and green, a comforting patchwork of generations past. The bedding is vintage floral, tying the room together with its quiet elegance. To one side, a bookshelf brims with well-loved volumes, and framed pictures line the walls like pieces of a family story. The antique nightstand near the window holds a candle and a teacup, suggesting peaceful rituals and moments of pause. Plants, ever-present and vibrant, breathe life into every corner. A vintage rug hugs the bottom edge of the walls, grounding the room in texture and tradition. And so, we come to the end of our quiet journey through 12 Grandmacore bedrooms, each one a heartfelt tribute to tradition, softness, and the comforting beauty of a well-loved home. These rooms remind us that elegance is not found in grandeur, but in the delicate layers of memory and meaning. If any of these scenes stirred your heart or brought back sweet memories, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Classy Deco for more vintage inspiration, timeless interiors, and heartfelt storytelling. Until next time, may your days be slow, your home be warm, and your heart always find beauty in the past. Thank you for joining us.